Oh, you sandbagging son of a Sasquatch. Hi guys, I'm working on the MR2 today. This is gonna be part 2 of the engine build, and I have a lot of the parts cleaned up and painted to go back on it. So we're gonna make some definite progress on this engine today. So if you guys wanna get caught up on the build, part 1, there'll be a link up above, right there. And that is just part 1 of this engine. There's like probably a dozen other videos on the MR2. I'm sorry there's so many videos to this build, but I have kind of a small channel still, so I don't have a huge budget for building project cars. Doing what I can. If you guys want to support me more to make this go faster, my Patreon link is in the video description below, but that's totally optional. I'm not asking you to. Here's the block sitting right here. I have it ready to clean up. It's pretty disgusting, so I gotta get this thing cleaned up, and I'm going to paint the block on it semi-gloss black, just like I painted everything else. And I have a ton of gaskets, a new water pump, new belts, plugs, a thermostat. I have all kinds of parts to put on this today too. So let's get to work. Okay, first up, I gotta get this turbo off. I have to soak these in some PB Blaster. I almost think I should replace these. Ta-da! Car's peeing on me. That thing was a pain to get this thing off. It was heavy as hell, but I got it off. I thought that was cool. It's the actual JDM filter from the original 3S GTE. It's pretty cool. What is going on with my hair? I'm gonna be cleaning the block with oven cleaner. This stuff stains aluminum components if you leave it on for too long. So I'm gonna be very careful where I spray this. I could, in theory, use a pressure washer to clean off this engine block, but I ordered all the parts for this thing and somehow still didn't get the valve cover gasket, which sucks because then I can't seal up the top of the engine and just go to town with the pressure washer. It's gonna be a little bit longer of a process, but I'll still get it clean either way. Okay, so I got the engine washed up. I spent about 3.5 hours cleaning this engine. And now what I'm doing is I'm taking a wire brush and I'm going over everything on the block and on the head to make sure I get any remaining dirt that's loose and stuck on the engine off. I'm not recording all this because, I mean, literally I'm spending hours just cleaning this block. That's why my project car is taking so long. I'm gonna get cleaning. I'll see you guys again in a few hours. I'm gonna take the AC compressor off. That'd just be lazy of me if I didn't remove it and clean behind it because I'm painting the block anyway. So 3 bolts, 12 mils that hold it on. There's 2 down there somewhere and 1 up here. 1, 2, and 3. Oof, it's literally been 4 hours since the last clip. Been cleaning this entire time. Ugh. Now I gotta paint this pulley. So what I did was I took some brake cleaner and some Q-tips and I took the fuel rail completely off. I cleaned as best as I could up inside there. And then I also took the hardware and to the bench grinder and cleaned them up on the wire wheel. The hose from hell has been replaced already, but I put new hose clamps on here. So there's one more coolant hose right here. I want to get this changed out before I bolt the AC compressor back on because this will be a huge pain in the butt to have to change in the future. Okay, it's another day and time to start painting some parts. So Charlie doesn't have his big truck full of tools here because he's working and the engine's not at my house. So I don't have my tools, so I'm just using whatever tools I can find here. No, it's broken. I have to do it the old-fashioned way, I guess. So I'm gonna take this old thermostat out, and I'm actually gonna clean this up on the wire wheel, just because there's one here. I got my face shield and leather gloves. I'm good to go.
2 hours later.
Hey bird, can I record my YouTube video, please? Okay, now that he's done talking, I got the thermostat housing all cleaned up and I coated it with some silver engine paint. Bird, really? I painted the thermostat housing silver. So it's painted silver, same as the valve cover. Got a new thermostat and a new gasket, so go inside your hole. This is your hole. Go inside it. This thing is being a real treat right now. Good to go. Time to bolt this guy up. Check out this umbrella. Ella, A. I don't know what day it is in this video. Anyway, back to the MR2 engine. Some might say I'm going overboard with removing parts to clean them, but I don't think so. Engine hook. This thing's surely gonna get scratched up when I put the engine back in the car, but I'm gonna clean it up anyway. AC compressor sits right here, but while I have it off, I'm going to change this coolant line that goes from thermostat housing to the oil filter housing. It's not bad, the one that's on there, but it's just preventative maintenance. So put a new hose on there now while I got it. There we go. So we can do this without getting coolant everywhere. Got it. Got that on there. I'm glad I changed this now. I could not imagine doing this with the engine in the car. That would be really difficult. I'm gonna take the oil pan off and change oil pan gasket and paint the oil pan. I like this thing. Oh, that's awesome. So glad that they put silicone all over these oil pan bolts. Thank you. Here, you, thank you. Ugh, look at that. I'm gonna mix some of this a little bit right here. Well, that's not creepy. I'm still close to the camera. Oh, let me back up some. Ouch, there's an engine behind me. Whatever I get done today, and I'm gonna make this video and upload it for you guys. And I'm gonna eat my hair too. I just discovered my AC compressor is seized. So I need an AC compressor now too. I won't be able to get the AC compressor or turbo on the engine in this video because I don't have them. So I had a coolant line that went, I don't know, it's just like a runaround tube that goes around the back side of the engine block, deteriorating and blistering, and it's kind of blown out right here. Usually that's a sign when it starts swelling that the hose is getting ready to burst. And I want to trim it to fit. It's a little bit longer, so I'm gonna have to cut, basically I'm gonna cut a little bit off the ends on each side so it'll fit. Here. Right there. Time to take care of this timing belt. This is the last thing I'm gonna have to do before I pretty much start putting the engine back together. So what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna pull the spark plugs so that way I can set the timing at top dead center. Because it's a lot easier to do with spark plugs out, as I learned the hard way. So I'm gonna pull those guys out. Nope, there's no innuendo there. And I'm gonna change them too, because I got new spark plugs anyway. All right. That's not gonna happen. Holy shiitake mushrooms. Ugh. Good Lord, that thing's in there. Yep. Oh, figures. That one was, I warmed it up already. Oh man. Oh, there we go. Oh man, that's heavy. And now I can turn the engine over. Damn it, now I want to clean that. So I pulled the flywheel off of this thing. I had to take it off the engine stand and pick it up with the hoist for one thing, and I got the flywheel off, and it's a good thing I took the flywheel off because look, see all this oil gunk built up all around here? Now I've already cleaned off the sealing surface of the rear main seal, but there was so much oil that got slung all around the back, around the rear main seal, which leads me to believe that the rear main seal was leaking just because of how much oil was slung outside of it. So what that means is I had to order a rear main seal. What I had to do to set the timing on this thing, the cam timing, was I put this plastic engine cover back on, and you see right here, there's marks, and there is a mark on the harmonic balancer. So I just line that up with 0 degrees of timing, and there's also a paint mark right here just in case I move it. Belt actually wasn't in that bad a shape. That's pink coolant. I have to clean that bolt out. That one's really, really rusty. Actually doesn't look that bad. So the water pump gasket, it's a metal sealing surface, the type of gaskets used. So I'm gonna use a Scotch-Brite. I'm gonna make sure the surface is nice and clean before I put the gasket on there. That way it seals correctly. So I'm gonna clean up all around here, make sure it's nice and clean. I got Iocin water pump because that's what was on there before. The thing that I found was really weird with this water pump is they ground off Iocin and Toyota from the pump, but there's still an Iocin sticker on there. For whatever reason, to be able to sell this water pump, this distributor has to grind off Iocin and Toyota on there. I don't understand why. Okay, anyone understand why they do that? The gasket goes like so, and mount this guy up on there. All right. It's a noisy ass bird. These two are really rusty, so I'm gonna go clean them up on the wire wheel. This one bolt was so far gone. I'm actually gonna use a tap and die set. It's a 6mm by 1.0. I'm just cleaning up the threads on this guy. Ideally, I'd replace this, but I don't have new hardware. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna look up the torque spec real quick so I can torque the hardware on the water pump. All right, next I'm gonna change the cam seals. So I gotta pull off these two cam gears. While I'm at it, I'm gonna pull off this shield that's behind the cam gears, and I'm gonna clean that up and shoot it with a coat of black paint. That's how extra I am. Oh, you sandbagging son of a Sasquatch. Of course you wouldn't just come right off. Right. Ugh. Take the camera off real quick. So I clean this up quite a bit with rags and a brush and stuff. Now I'm gonna take off these caps and then I can change these cam seals right here. Put those back on. Put the shield back on, which I painted. 5 hours later. Valve cover is on, new valve cover gasket, cam seals, pump's done. This lower pulley down here is done. I just shot the same black paint that I did the block with. Shot it and it was windy out and got a bunch of paint in my mouth and my eyes. That was lovely. Where did I put the hardware? What do you guys think of this style of video where work, talk, work, talk? These videos are extremely time consuming to film. I swear filming takes longer than actually doing the work. Got a new tensioner, throw this guy on there. Now I'm gonna have to check the torque specs on my phone. According to my tech data, right here. So I gotta put some Loctite on there also. Good thing I read that. Just a little bit. Now I'm gonna thread that guy in. Okay. You must be right there. Day number 5. Birds trolling me. That's what it looks like. Now I have a box with some new intake manifold gaskets. So that is the next step. Now I cleaned it up as best as I could in the first part to this video. It's not perfect, but it's about as good as it's gonna get. They move the camera so you guys can see what the hell I'm doing. Beep. Hi. Alright, so these guys right here, I'm gonna take this tape off. Now I don't have the original hardware, which really sucks. I think I'm gonna end up changing this hardware out. Ideally, I wish I could walnut blast inside the head there and clean it all out, but gotta do this on a budget. Peel off, hunky. I wanna clean this gasket surface. There, just like that, it's clean. And this too. Alright, let's get that gasket in there. I have the intake manifold sitting on my thighs. It kind of hurts, not gonna lie. It's a little heavy. This thing's heavy. This thing's super heavy. This thing's super heavy. There we go. I'm excited. It's actually starting to look like an engine now. I know a few of you are gonna be bothered that I painted the freeze plugs on the side of the block, because traditionally they're that like gold anodized color, whatever. I don't know, I just think they look better black. Super windy out right now, it's crazy. Highly recommend buying a set of caps when you're taking apart engines. These little plastic doodads. These are a lifesaver. I am top. Yep, that goes right there. I don't have high expectations for this. Try to make it look a little bit more presentable. Oh no, my hair is in it. Gross. Okay, a brand new set of NGKs put in here. What the car came with, what's recommended for it. Not going anything crazy because this isn't a high horsepower build. I'll tell you what, this wind is killing me. I put my tent down a little bit to try to protect my microphone from the wind. All right, now these plugs have to be gapped to 0.030. A little dab. The torque is supposed to be 13 foot-pounds for the 3S GTE. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna tighten them hand tight because it's aluminum head, so I'm only gonna thread it in by hand. And then once I get them hand tight, I'll torque them all to 13 foot-pounds. There we go. Next plug, torque to 13 foot-pounds. What is the gap on this one? That is way more than 030. I'm so OCD, I swear. That's like 32. That should be good. Oh yeah, that's perfect. Oh no, this battery is about to die too. This is my last battery. One more plug left. Das Boots. I just gotta take this guy off right here and then get these two bolts in. Go in your home. There. Yeah, I think that's a sign to end the YouTube video when there's wild coyotes coming out. I'm sorry you guys. I wanted to get this all done in one video, but I failed. Okay, well here's where I'm at. I don't have the oil pan on there yet, just because I have to paint it still, and I have a bunch of vacuum lines to put on. It's a huge improvement so far. Nice fresh painted block. And what would this video be without one more day in it? I didn't finish the video yesterday, so shame on me. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I will have some more MR2 content coming once I get a turbo for it. I still have to get a turbo. Anyway, I'll see you guys soon with another video. Bye. Where the f is my hands? Oh, I'll remember that. Someone's gonna get some teeth on something they don't want. Oh, I just got a nut down my boobs.